got a couple injuries. Wanye Morris hurt his leg, so lower leg. We'll just have to see with next day or so here how he is. And then Trent McDuffie hyperextended his knee, so we'll have to see how it works out for him. Listen, I was proud of the guys for the effort that they put in. We just, I put the guys offensively in a tough position with the fourth downs, trying to stay aggressive with it. I take full responsibility for that. And there are opportunities that you've got to take advantage of. You're playing a good football team in the Texans, and you've got to make sure when you have opportunities to make plays, you make plays. And we were short just a little bit there, but I thought defensively we played a very sound football game, especially that second half. Chris Jones and Bolton leading the way, and there was some fine football there. We just need to take advantage of it offensively, and we weren't able to do that. So with that, time's yours.
Coach Reid, can you walk us through that decision on the fourth down there with Shenzhen after the defense had been playing so well to start the second half?
Yeah, so I thought we could get it. That was the decision. I was confident we could do that. So it's important that you take advantage of opportunities. I thought it was an opportunity. I was wrong, no. I mean, hindsight, it was wrong. We've been pretty good on fourth downs. So, I messed that one up.
And, you guys have been really good on fourth downs with Cream in particular. Obviously, you'd already used him three times with short yardage. Does that factor into your decision to do something different there?
Well, it was a little similar to last week, when we threw the ball to Wiley there, so we felt we had run it a couple times, so came back and we thought we had an answer with it, and didn't work out the way we planned. Really on all three of the fourth downs there, so, that we missed.
Maybe there were a couple of drops late as well. It just happens sometimes, I guess. Is there anything you saw?
Yeah, listen, these are great players. So, we got to make sure we catch the ball. They know that. And they're trying. It's not lack effort.
Yeah, every season that I've had with him these last few years, I try to cherish because, you never know. He got himself in great shape this year, and he's played great football, and he'll have the option to do whatever he wants to do after this season. But I know one thing is he'll give everything he has the rest of the season to try to give us a chance to make a playoff run. We know the chances are getting lower and lower, but I know the guys on this team are going to give everything they have every opportunity we get.
How do you plan to lift the guys up to say, okay, let's give ourselves
I think it's just who we are. I know we're not winning games, but that mindset that these guys have in this locker room, in the games that we're not winning, you can never question the fight of this team. And obviously, we're not executing at the right moments, and we're not making those plays. But at the end of the day, you'll never question that, and I think you'll see that for these last 4 weeks.
Leading into tonight, you guys were first in the league on fourth down attempts.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of conversion, just what went wrong in the second half when Andy did give you guys opportunities there on the field?
Yeah, they did a good job on the fourth down of passing off the crossers, and I tried to get the ball to Rashid. I think I was a little late, and the guy made a great play breaking on the ball. Just got to execute at a higher level in those big moments, and something that we haven't done this year. And we're not going to have many more opportunities, so we have to go out there and maximize those opportunities and try to give ourselves more into the playoffs.
Specifically on that,
Ball went through their hands, and it happens. But those guys are great players.
What you try to get across after the game? You guys are in a pretty precarious spot now with postseason hopes.
Yeah, listen, it's never over. So you keep battling. I've been doing this a long time, seen some things. So you keep going.
Maybe not that any loss feels good, but what did you sense from just the mood with the guys when you saw them after the game?
Yeah, they're upset. They put it all out there, and it didn't work out for them. The guys that had some mishaps there, they were upset. These guys take responsibility for things, so you keep going. But we put everything into these games, every game. So when you lose, you should be upset. And that's why you try to enjoy the wins when you have an opportunity. But there's a lot of time and effort that goes into it.
Coach, you guys were in a tough spot all week in ready with the offensive line where it was, and then with what happened in one game. Out of that, overall, how'd you think the guys did in that kind of tough spot?
Yeah, listen, they battled. There were some early hiccups in there, but I thought they battled, and I guess one of the best defensive lines in the league. So they, it was respectable there for what they were dealing with. Some of the guys hadn't practiced in there very much, so it's good for them.
Sam?
You touched on it, but just the defensive turnaround in the second half, particularly, the first 3 drives were Houston from 3 out. I think it was 4 drives that they went 3 out. What did you just see from adjustments you guys were able to make?
Yeah, listen, I thought that second half, it was good. Really throughout most of the second half, we did a nice job. First half, they extended a drive for a score on a penalty, and that I thought was a pretty good play.
Chris, obviously, the locker room does expect things. How do you feel like you'll uplift some of these guys, just considering the circumstances?
We still got an opportunity, man. Even though it's a slim opportunity, we still got an opportunity, and we got to finish strong. No matter what, we got to finish strong to put ourselves in a position to be able to, to get in the playoff if that opportunity presents itself. So, for us, the door's still open. It might be a 10% chance, might be a 5% chance, but as long as we got an opportunity and a chance, then we still kind of control that and finish strong and let the card.
Decision to go for it and the play call.
Yeah, I mean, Coach Reid believes in us. We've executed on that in that same situation several times this season, and they did a good job of passing the crossers. I wish I got to Rasheed a little bit earlier, or if I could have bought a little bit more time. In hindsight, probably try to hit Trav over the top of the defender, but I mean, he made a good play. They made good plays today, but I'll never question the decision to go for it because I believe in the offense and who we are.
What do you say the next 4th down, when the ball goes through Rasheed's hands or when Travis, bobbles that over there? So what do you say to the guys to try to keep them engaged, or, what do you say to a pro like Travis in that moment when you?
I mean, I don't have to say anything. I mean, he's a champion for a reason. He knows what it takes, and he's made that play 99% of the time. And I got to give him a better chance with the ball, maybe more on his body. So I mean, I'll never question that. I'm gonna go to those guys in big moments. Those guys have made plays in the Super Bowls. They've made plays in AFC Championship games. So obviously, it didn't go our way today. I have a lot to do with that myself, and so we'll go back and like I said, regardless of what happens the rest of this season, we'll give everything we have every snap and give ourselves the best chance to go out there and make a run.
How much will you think about maybe later tonight or when you rewatch the game about that deep shot to Tank Barn in the end zone, just how close you guys were maybe? Yeah, I mean, we've been close all season. I mean, that at the end of the day, you got to go out there and make it happen. I got to make the throw a little bit earlier so the guy can't close. We got to make those plays. We got to score touchdowns in these moments, and we got the talent, we got the heart, but we have to go out there and execute it. And until we prove it, we'll come away with losses. So I mean, like I said, I know we're going to give everything we have. We'll give ourselves a chance and see what happens.
Patrick, over the last couple of weeks, you talked about putting emphasis on the second and third quarter. You got top off in the start. How do you feel like you got that?
Yeah, I mean, we battled. Obviously, we didn't offensively, especially. We didn't play the way we were supposed to play. I'm proud of how the defense fought with all the disadvantages we put them in, and they kept just giving us chances. And so that's all we can ask for them. And offensively, I got to be better, not turning the football over, getting us into better plays in certain situations, and then giving guys chances down the field. So I mean, it's a little bit of everything, but it starts off with me, and it kind of feeds throughout the entire team.
Last 2, Sam and Tom. Go, Sam.
Coach, the last couple of weeks we talked about just not coming through in the big moments. Do you feel like that's had a snowball effect from one game to another, or is it just something different every week?
I mean, it just happens in this league, man. You can't really put a pin on what that exact thing is. You go out there and you give your best effort every single time. And I believe in our guys. Like I said, we've done it before. And so every single opportunity we get, we believe we're going to score and we're going to make it happen. And that hasn't happened this year. But the next opportunity we get, I believe it will happen that time.
Last one, Tom. Can you take us through the second first play of the fourth quarter? What happened on that?
Yeah, they got a good rush, and I tried to throw the ball. Obviously, didn't throw it far enough. But in that situation, like the interception, as long as they don't get a return, isn't the worst thing in the world. So just trying to give a guy a chance on the field. I wish I'd have thrown it a little bit more inside and gave Hollywood a chance to maybe high point the ball. But he made a good play of falling off the receiver and making a play. So I'll be better at where I locate the football to give a guy a better chance.
Chris, what are your thoughts on C.J. Stroud and how he was able to complete some of those passes?
He made a lot of tough passes today, and they caught the ball well. We tried our best to affect him, multiple different blitzes, getting after him with 4. But he played tough today.
The Chiefs, now at 6-7, are staring at a postseason absence, a scenario that seemed unthinkable just a couple of months ago. The Texans came into Arrowhead on a hot streak, but the Chiefs still had expectations to meet, and those expectations, unfortunately, crumbled in front of a home crowd. The problem started as soon as the game kicked off. The offensive line was already weakened, missing starters Trey Smith, Jawan Taylor, and Josh Simmons, and then Wayne Morris went down on the very first offensive play. Losing 4 linemen is a nightmare for any team, but for Kansas City, it was just the beginning of a brutal night. Things got worse when cornerback Trent McDuffie left with a knee injury, and his absence was felt immediately. Though he's not part of the offensive line, McDuffie's exit signaled a breakdown in defensive leadership, with the secondary suddenly exposed and the Texans quick to capitalize. Kareem Hunt provided a glimmer of hope when he powered into the end zone, scoring the Chiefs' only touchdown of the game. But that was as good as it got for Kansas City's offense. Patrick Mahomes, usually the team's reliable superstar, finished with a meager 160 passing yards. He targeted Rashee Rice, Noah Gray, and Travis Kelce with several passes that could have changed the course of the game, but the connections just weren't there. Some off target, some dropped, and others expertly defended by the Texan secondary. 3 interceptions from Mahomes painted a clear picture. This was not the Chiefs' night, and the team's struggles weren't just a fluke. They were real, and they were costly. Even the weather seemed to add to the misery, with visible clouds of breath hanging in the frigid air, a constant reminder of the December cold that both teams had to battle. The Chiefs' offense looked sluggish. The run game was stifled beyond Hunt's touchdown, and the defense couldn't find answers after McDuffie's departure. The Texans, meanwhile, played with the kind of energy and confidence that propelled their late-season surge, making big plays on both sides of the ball. The loss leaves Kansas City with no margin for error. Every game from here on out is a must-win, regardless of whether the playoffs are still within reach. The Chiefs are set to face each of their divisional rivals before the season ends, plus the Tennessee Titans, and every one of those teams knows what's at stake. The challenge is daunting, but so is the motivation. The Chiefs not only need to prove themselves to the rest of the league, but also to their own locker room. If you're following this journey, make sure to subscribe for more updates as we cover every twist and turn. The atmosphere in Arrowhead after the game was heavy, fans leaving in silence, the weight of the loss settling in. This isn't just about numbers or playoff odds. It's about pride, execution, and the will to fight back when everything seems lost. The coaching staff faces tough questions, from offensive play calling to defensive adjustments. The injuries certainly played a role, but so did missed opportunities, turnovers, and a failure to adapt on the fly. As the Chiefs prepare for the final stretch, the focus is on fundamentals: blocking, tackling, ball security, and discipline. Mistakes that have haunted them all season have to be fixed, and fixed now, or this campaign will be remembered as a massive disappointment. The Texans left with a well-earned win. But for Kansas City, every aspect of their game is under review, from Mahomes' decision-making to the depth of the offensive line and the resilience of the secondary. Fans and analysts alike are asking the same question: can this team turn around in time, or will they become another example of wasted potential? Stay tuned and subscribe for all the latest reactions and reviews as the Chiefs enter do-or-die mode. This stretch run will define the season and possibly the legacy of this Chiefs core. The locker room knows what's at stake, and the next few weeks will test their resolve, their preparation, and their belief in themselves as contenders. With the playoffs slipping further from their grasp, Kansas City now faces not just their opponents, but their own doubts and the mounting pressure of a fan base that expects greatness. The story of the 2023 season isn't over yet, but the margin for error is gone. Every snap, every possession, every moment counts from here on out, and the Chiefs will need to dig deeper than ever before if they want to keep their postseason hopes alive.